All right, hey guys. Running a little bit late tonight. I had to clean my want an angle more that way. I had to clean my soap molds. They were like dirty and don't want that in the soap bars. First, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to do the soap tonight, but I found some bowls I can use. I think what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna start with street. We're going to start with covering stuff that has gone on this week. Yeah, these people across the street, they've got their headlights shining right in the window, and I don't know why. So this is why I want a privacy fence. I don't trust people. I really don't. Do not trust people at all. Okay. So, I don't know if I had any other ones written down. I'm kind of off right now because I made dinner late. I got started late because I took a walk earlier. So, yeah, I actually took a walk. Nobody's in the house. Probably gonna have to send out a message letting people know I'm live. We're gonna go down to full spectrum because he has definitely had a lot.
We are.
Red alert, Obama tries to take office.
They're attempting to use ex-President Barack Hussein Obama maybe to go up in a new campaign against Donald Trump. They're trying to fight it out between these two individuals to be the next president of the United States of America. Listen to how what Obama says is exactly what his administration did to the American people.
Hang on, guys.
And all the nonsense we see on the news every day. The over-the-top rhetoric, the fabricated conspiracy.
Okay, we're gonna pull this one up because this one,
the weird videos.
We're gonna go back. This one has to do with
ex-president.
It says red alert. Obama tries to take office. Trump's third term threatened. Don't know if that's gonna pull through. You know what? This is how I see it. God is going to allow whoever he wants in there to bring about the part of biblical prophecy in the end times that is supposed to happen during that time. That's how I see it. It's not going to matter who's in the White House. God is going to use them to help bring about the end times. So, or further into the end times.
Barack Hussein Obama maybe to go up in a new campaign against Donald Trump. They're trying to fight it out between these two individuals.
But I will say, if Obama gets back in there, we're all in a lot of trouble.
America.
So,
to how what Obama says is exactly what his administration did to the American people. And all the nonsense we see on the news every day, the over-the-top rhetoric,
hold on,
fabricated conspiracies, the weird videos of a U.S. president with a crown on his head, flying a fighter jet and dumping poop One of the best trolls.
What in the
Trump ever did, in
world?
my honest opinion. Situation has gotten better. And citizens, all protest citizens, all of that is designed to distract you from the fact that.
Sorry, I can't find my phone. Can't find my phone.
Now, did your situation get better under President Barack
Hold
Obama?
on.
Did your situation get better
Oh, I
under
can't pause.
President Biden? Or is your situation better right now?
With my phone?
These are arrests and attacks against federal agents. Now you see this guy's outfit right here, okay? It says federal officer in a large placard on his chest. Now let me tell you, I am starting to see reports that you might not be seeing.
Okay, I'm gonna call my phone, guys. I don't know where it is at the moment. I have no idea where my phone is. That is probably not a good thing. I don't understand where my phone went to. I'm like, that's weird. Oh boy. Hang on. Never mind. You guys can all laugh at me now. My phone was right in front of me. I was looking for my phone. It was right here. I have a lot going on today. Y'all can laugh at me now. Wow. Okay. We're going to play this.
Seeing this anywhere else.
We're going to talk about this.
Now
I still have to eat dinner because I got dinner late. So I apologize for that. And I'm
using these very nondescript federal officers.
I would have had my dinner done and over if I hadn't had to wash those out.
They're zipping them, they're beating them, they're taking from them. Sometimes they are vulnerable. So maybe they see somebody who maybe has a nationality, like
basically a bean and vegetable pot with some
with
chicken in it.
federal enforcement. They go in
And I
there,
added a
they
case
say,
of
we are going to
vegetable
take
soup.
you away unless you give us everything that you have. And then under duress, sometimes physical violence, they're stealing from these people. These are not federal agents doing this. These are copycats and lookalikes with no authority. So we're hitting that point where maybe they're allowing this to happen so that people will engage violently against this type of behavior. Because ultimately, I believe you want shootout in the streets. So just watch out there.
I'm gonna get some of my food here. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on any one of these videos.
Here's some more video. This is the Army, an Army of Illinois state troopers saying that unlawful assemblies are being declared.
Major Gilder of the Illinois State Police. It's an unlawful assembly in violation of Illinois State Statute 720 IL.
I have some of the soup I made. And
via Lexington. Do not leave the area or subject to arrest. You may be subject to typical agents in compliance techniques or reasonable force to effect an arrest.
Now, when you look at this complete front of state police officers, you can start to see the situation across our country. Along with Trump and the Department of War preparing to militarize quick reaction force across our nation, they're going to go and be ready to go.
A second load of laundry in, and it's knocking stuff all over the place.
You think Florida might not need it? They will need it. So either Trump is going to see something happen that makes something happen, or they're going to manufacture an event that will send enforcement across
Really?
every single state.
All right, I can't get those.
This
I'll
is
wait and get them
angering
later.
Americans across our country. They say that people are even better at food banks than Americans who are working full time.
I'm 52nd in the food bank line. Let's see how long it takes and what we're given. 5 a.m.
All right.
Windows rolled down. 5 o'clock. 6 minutes.
I'm having some cranberry juice
45 minutes.
And
let's go inside and see what we
and
got.
yogurt.
Home and we got all kinds
And my
of
soup.
food in fresh overnight oats, all kinds of oatmeal, ricotta and Monterey Jack cheese, a dairy-free cheese, a dozen eggs, 2% milk, almond grease chocolate milk.
I believe that Trump's going to bring back government breaded cheese. That they're going to do away
That's
with
very
SNAP
possible.
completely, and instead everybody's going to get a monthly allotment delivered to their house.
You know, I know a lot of people
Instructions
use it.
to learn
Use
how to
SNAP.
make your own.
I
food.
get it. I was on
Milk,
food stamps for
basically every
years.
First dream. Powdered milk, oil
But-
of some sort, probably corn oil because it's the cheapest and reportedly.
I was on it.
healthy
We were on it in
oil
Oklahoma
like
because we
corn
weren't
oil.
making check
Then
for
they'll
money
give you
down there.
flour, sugar,
And
maybe
we
some
got a
cinnamon
decent
every once in a
amount, you
while,
know.
spices to spice things up. You'll be making
But-
tortillas.
I didn't want to deal with it until we came back up here.
You'll be making your bread at home. That's where I think this direction is going. You let me know down in the comments. Do you think that that's good? I would sure rather see somebody learning how to cook their own food from staple ingredients that cost 10%.
And I agree.
Manufacturers making money off of your tax money.
I totally
at these
agree.
stores because SNAP recipients are going in and buying overpriced, inflated goods. I'd rather they get food at home in staple ingredients and learn how to cook themselves.
People do need to learn how to
Goldman
cook.
Sachs just released a shocking report that these are the industries that AI is going to take over the quickest. Administrative and support industries, 50%.
Some of our garden beans
Legal
in here.
industries, 45%. Architecture and engineering, 40%.
Okay.
And we're great. And I say on behalf of President Trump to each.
Go back.
They're attempting to use ex-President Barack Hussein Obama maybe to go up in a.
Like I said, I agree.
This guy read
They've been closing airspace.
the closure of Belgium's airspace yesterday has NATO on edge. All of the leadership in all of NATO believe that a Russian incursion is going to happen at any moment. At least that's the story that they are telling.
It
the
could.
public. They're
Hold on. This one is called "These Attacks Are Bad."
I just got word that Donald Trump is fully aware that the United States of America.
Economic
is
warning:
prepared
food
to
bank
develop a
crisis.
civil
Venezuela's
war.
days are numbered. Looting
They're going to fund a
is
certain amount of the
out of
SNAP or
control.
food stamp benefits for the American people, but there's a revamping that's going on that's going to take billions of people off of disability, off of food stamps, and off of Section 8 housing. They say that the era of abusing the U.S. government
No.
is no more. The CEO.
I don't want to get into an argument with anyone over that.
So many
You know,
people
I have my
are unable to pay
opinions
for their groceries
about
that they
the
are
DHS
actually
program.
asking for individuals' help just to get food onto the table. This is
To me, it's way more hassle than it's worth.
The households in Los Angeles County, nearly 1 million households are on some sort of food stamp supplement. That's 30% or around 1 in 3 houses being paid for by the American people.
Yeah, guys.
I'm here at the Kia Forum parking lot where the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank has set up temporary food relief for families and individuals whose SNAP benefits have been affected by the government or hungry for up to a week.
Staff.
Okay, Cinnamon, you know.
We have nearly 1 billion households.
Not trying to be mean, I had my food right there.
That rely on.
She has food and water,
That's a
so
house in one county.
she's being a brat.
It's not just health insurance. Look at what people are reporting. This person's auto insurance up 66%. They didn't have any accidents. Their flood insurance on their home up 41%. They put in 0 claims. Their house insurance up 81% in total. They put in a hurricane claim that was rightfully claimed. Their property taxes are up 24%. The insurance.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot harder for
massive
people
profits,
to,
But you are being dropped in your ability to pay for everything.
get certain things.
Are Maduro's days as numbered?
Oh, so yeah, I think so.
And this issue of potential land strikes in Venezuela, is that true?
Sorry, I've got
I'm not saying it's true or untrue, but I wouldn't.
Why would
I
you
wouldn't
do
be inclined to say that I would do that, but because I don't talk to a reporter about whether or not I'm going to strike.
So the optics are going away. It used to be that US
Anyway.
presidents or standing officials would say, "Oh, here's what we're going
I'm
to
not
do.
even-
Here's what we're not
I don't
going
even
to
remember
do."
exactly
That's
what I
no
wanted
longer
to
the
pull
case
out of
under
this
the Trump
video.
administration. There's a high
Kind of
degree of
maybe
secrecy,
talk
and
about
you're
it a
not
little
telling
bit.
the public what's going to happen first.
And I apologize, but I am going to eat because I want to be able to get upstairs fairly early tonight.
Christmas tree.
Hello's ringing. I feel like these people are tripping.
$698 for something that you're going to use for 1 to 3 weeks out of the year. It's only decorative. It's about time the American people understand.
$700
that
for a
the lights
Christmas
up
tree.
on the wall with some tape and get the same feel.
Screw that.
When we know what's we have a very good idea sort of roughly what it's doing. But as soon as it gets really complicated, we don't
That's just
actually know
stupid.
what's going on any more than we know what's going on in your brain. You need to
I have a trash bag.
know what we did.
Yes,
We
I will do
designed
the
the
soap,
learning.
guys. Don't
That's a bit like designing
despair. I
it's
have to
learning
eat
algorithms,
because I
then
want to be able to
interacts with
get
data.
upstairs earlier
It
tonight.
produces complicated neural networks that are good at doing things, but we don't really understand.
I was
exactly
working on
what they
my
do.
That's
colorful
one
blanket
of the
last night.
forefathers of artificial intelligence telling you that even the government, who's pouring massive amounts of money into artificial intelligence, they
Pretty good.
truly do not understand what it's doing. in
Yeah, it's one of my
all
Flips
intents and
yogurts.
purposes. They have
I love
created
these
an
things.
alien being. And
I actually cannot wait
online
till we
that
have
will remain
goats to
in
where
control.
I can home make
Is
yogurt.
carrying out jungle warfare drills that they are preparing for war to take place inside of Venezuela.
I am embarking on a new weight loss journey.
So if
Uh,
20 million illegal
Figure I've got to
immigrants
do
help
something
our
different
economy,
because
why didn't they help their
things
own
just aren't working the way I've been doing them.
care of
I haven't really been getting out and walking, so that's the problem.
immigrants in the United
But I
States.
started that today, and I'm going to continue
Yeah,
that, even though it's cold.
Say 10 billion
I
is
don't
too
care.
much to build a wall.
Now think about that for a second. If it's $10 billion too much to build,
We moved the
enforcement
propane heater
walls around
upstairs.
our country, but it's okay to spend 120.
They're all
billion
bouncing around
dollars
between
to
things
feed
tonight.
A majority of individuals who are not
Yeah,
inside of
so
the country legally.
I'm starting a new weight loss journey. It's through the It Works program.
How do you game at
Um,
Tuesdays? Wednesdays are good.
Sorry, guys. Hopefully you'll come back. It's not going to be boring, I promise. I'm just trying to eat and talk a little bit about. I will pause this because we're not even really talking about that right now. Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, starting a new weight loss journey. Again, it's through the It Works program, and my sponsor is, her name is Lolani, and she actually helped me to sign up as a distributor. So if any of y'all are interested, you can contact me, and Lolani's going to be working with me. If any of y'all want to try to start getting healthier, losing a little bit of weight, that kind of thing, let me know. Like I said, I'm changing the way I'm eating because I haven't been eating healthy at work, and I have gotten. Can't really say I've gotten back into drinking pop, but I did start drinking pop on my birthday, and I've had a couple other times when a couple other times when I've drank it since then. So I'm working on that. Said I will be doing this. I just want to eat my dinner first. But yeah, embarking on this new journey and huh? Oh, okay, Amy lost me. Sorry, Amy texted me and she totally lost me. No idea. Anyway, something about Christmas, I don't know. I'm trying to think. There's stuff going on here. Besides, what I was just talking about the weight loss journey. Guys, I'm sorry. Hopefully you'll come back. Not trying to just make it boring. Like I said, we're going to get into making soap and, talking about other things going on. There's been another train derailment with drinking water contaminated. All right, I think right now what I will do is let's talk about Faith First Farm and Homestead. I started working on our garden earlier, and just a little bit, not a lot, because it was starting to get dark. And I took a little bit of time and took a little walk. And tomorrow I'm going to go a lot further. I'm not taking Nebula on the long walk. I won't take her on a short one. She's having to be we have to retrain her. Well, it's just been difficult because, yeah. No, we weren't always taking her for walks. We were just letting her outside, and on the chain. And she has running room on the chain, but I'm going to try to go ahead and, take her for walks more. I will take her tomorrow. I don't know. What I might do is just go down to the halfway point, which is just a half mile down, and then come back, and that'll be a mile. And then I'll just work my way. Like Wednesday, if the weather's not bad. Someone tried to call me. Who's that? No idea. That was a spam phone call. Sorry. Someone tried to call me. Anyway. Yeah, then I'll just work my way, probably Wednesday down. I don't know if I might just do the 3/4 mile Wednesday. And then down to Covert Road Thursday. And then I'll continue that for a few days down to Covert Road and back. And then start going further. So, but I've got to work that in, because that was one of the ways that I was losing so much weight before, is because that I lost so much weight before is because of the fact that I was walking a lot. So I'm gonna have to get up. If I want to or not. It was so hard for me to get up. Even at a decent time in the morning when I've worked until 12:30 in the morning. And then I don't get to bed until after 1. I don't get to sleep until after 2. It's really, really hard to get up at a decent time. Plus, per also what Doug and Stacy have said, I'm also going to make sure I start getting outside within the first half an hour of getting up, because it's like it resets your system. Getting out there, even if it's cold. That cold air actually does you good. Even though a lot of people probably don't believe that, it really does. It resets your system. So we're going to be working on that. I don't see Doug and Stacy going live. I don't know if they're going to or not. I'll try to pull them up if they do. Let's see if I can find the one I wrote down. I've been kind of thinking a lot about, our prepping and that kind of thing.
I just
water
Donald
alone.
Trump is fully aware that the United States of America is prepared.
Just water alone.
What just happened in New York blows my mind, folks. People were really lied to their faces. Lethal technology is what's about to be waged against the American people.
Okay, hold on. This one, he's talking about Trump preparing for total war.
What we have right now is a convergence of threats facing the United States of America.
We're going to pull this one up.
This is breaking
So,
news.
what do you guys?
What we have right now
You guys, I haven't really gotten, like a chat going. It would be nice to get that chat going. How do you guys feel about what's going on? The war. I'm not going to go the angle of who to blame. I'm not doing that. I refuse to do that.
Sovereignty.
Okay, I'm going to open.
Focus on South America, Venezuela. You know that Venezuela is a hot spot for instability. There's a lot of anti-American alignment. There's a massive amount of cartel infiltration.
Go lay down.
What we're going to see is a very dramatic military escalation.
You heard me, knucklehead.
Show that the Venezuelan
president,
Nicolas Maduro, he has requested assistance militarily from Russia, from Iran, and from China. He has asked for missiles, radar systems, advanced weapons, and the ability to fight the American
what are your thoughts on stuff going on?
Strategic military.
Do you guys believe World War III is literally upon us? Because I do. I truly do. I also believe we're totally living in biblical end times. What are your thoughts on it?
To what Trump wants. That's Venezuela's oil and gas deposits, Venezuela's joint munitions creation factories, and Venezuela's military-industrial cooperation. But here's the problem. Russia is floating the idea of sending Venezuela the most advanced hypersonic missile systems and air defense systems that it has. This matters to you.
Doug and Stacy are definitely not live.
Hemisphere that was not militarized previously, now being seen as a major adversarial state against Western order. From the perspective that we take here in the United States of America, we look at their oil and gas.
Last week,
Russia If they gain access
I don't
to
know.
Venezuela's oil, if they
We'll
gain
see.
access to Venezuela's missile production capabilities, if Venezuela gets their defense systems, then the U.S. forces and
Again, you guys, I'm sorry
in the
that,
Caribbean,
I'm not jumping right into, like,
where
making the
throughout
soap and that kind of thing.
very difficult scenario. There's a true threat escalation taking place here. Suddenly, we are looking at Russia right inside of our backyard. Their contingency plan is that any challenge by the United States of America will endure
Not
a
good.
naval and aerial power struggle. It's not just about Maduro's regime or administration. It's not just about fentanyl and the cartels. This is about U.S. national
We have a lot of prep to do.
security being compromised. And then we shift over to what's happening with Ukraine and Russia in that theater of war. It's feeding back into our hemisphere. The Tomahawk missile systems are at the center of a major strategic decision. The Pentagon just admitted that they will allow Ukraine to fight this out to the end. The President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, has publicly stated that there is a consideration in a citing of a risk of escalation. He also talked about the complexity of deployment, but that the USA, to win World War III, needs Ukraine's breadbasket
The
and
meat
the
I used
minerals
in this
underneath
chicken.
their earth. If the U.S. gives
We're
away
good.
major strategic weapons, we reduce our own margin of defense, and that's a big problem.
We're good.
If we don't, Russia will gain the upper hand. So we're at a crossroads right now, the USA and the rest of the world. There's a flipping back and forth, of course, on diplomatic and domestic issues. We have threats against polling stations and politicians in the USA.
I'd love to hear
You've
from
already
you
seen that.
guys,
Airport disruptions, the security lines, these things
on
look
how
like they are
you feel about what's going on.
isolated events, but they're not. What they have done is prune the limbs of America's national security. We have what's called as a threat cost, so that even if we don't see a complete civil war, what is already happening is unraveling the world as you know it. So when we take a step back and we start to look at the combination of what's happening on the foreign front, that's Russia and Venezuela, China and Taiwan, or China and its minerals, then we see our domestic problems. We've got political threats. We've got disruptions happening, disruptions in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, disruptions in government. The USA is at a real risk of being a sitting duck. So the administration is making decisions right now. Ones that used to move slowly are now beginning to move very quick. We have a hemispheric defense posture that is being adapted.
I was just sharing it a little bit more.
Equivalent to the threat that the USA feels we will have soon. We are not prepared domestically. We cannot handle asymmetric fighting. Sure, we could take out a couple of things: bomb threats, cyber threats, infrastructural, small bouts of sabotage. But the real concern is that the USA could see a blackout event, and it could see it by the end of this year. In the optics, that is the general looking of things, we are too engaged outside of our country. And we are what is being called by generals and our military as under-defended at our homeland. Now, you just saw Maduro recently send that letter out to Russia. They said that they need drones with 600-mile ranges. They need GPS jamming capabilities. They need defensive and weapons detection systems from the country of Iran. Venezuela will, if unchecked, have the ability to strike American soil at Russia's behest. And then the grand scheme of things, we see the Caribbean militarized.
I've actually forgotten about that.
Bases. We have maritime routes being built and developed. Energy shipments.
Sorry, I might have actually gotten my check.
Logistics and the hubs for logistics are being exposed. The U.S. has to act. Now we're balancing between two major theaters, right? We're looking over at Europe with Russia and Ukraine, and then we're looking right here in our own theater hemisphere. Strategic credibility is already stretched thin. If we do not start to act as a country, you will see the United States of America fall. We have to treat what's happening in Venezuela.
Sorry, I have to send Aaron $64.
Or at least you're aware of what's happening, and you know that it's probably better to have a little bit of a fire break or a buffer between where you stand today and war or job loss or a pandemic or economic uncertainty, whatever.
I would have to build a fire buffer around the property.
The further you can distance yourself from that, the better off you are going to be. And so when we look at all these things and we start to see the bigger picture, we know that this is not somebody else's problem. This is America's problem, and Russia is establishing a foothold in our hemisphere. These are domestic threats. You have disruptions at election sites. You have security issues basically in every city of our country. This is not the symptom of a broader disease. This is a risk environment, non-isolated, spreading across our country.
Okay.
We have to demand some clarity very soon. So what's our posture? What's our pattern of behavior? Well, as concerned citizens or patriots or researchers, whatever you might be, we have to get ready for the worst.
Sorry, actually, I sent the money to Aaron. I forgot. Send it to my Cash App, but not Aaron.
Please make a plan. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, start to write down things that you will get done. You will get more food than you have today.
I'm actually going to do that.
You will learn a new hunting or fishing spot. Just talk to people. Go to a pier. Go to a lake. Just make those connections.
Now,
like, hey, I'm thinking about fishing here. Where are some good sites? Where can I go hunt in this area that I can take home a deer to feed my family? And then get to the range, or get to a gym, or get to a boxing class, or some sort of, some sort of
I'm at least going for
capacity
walks
for you to defend yourself. Get the tools that you will need if you cannot buy them anymore. But above all else, I'm asking you to get ready. This is a very, very trying time for our country. So we do see these broader things happening, and we do know that the trouble is right around the corner.
We could end up.
You're watching Full Session Survival on YouTube, from my family to yours. Stay safe.
And I let that one play all the way, which I usually don't do that. Hang on, guys. We're just going to start playing something weird. Maybe not weird, but cinnamon down.
Looked perfect. Crystal clear.
Stop.
Fast moving over smooth rocks. Cold enough to make your teeth ache. Everything the survival.
Okay.
This is Rick. What just happened in New York? If you drink milk,
okay, this is one of the ones I wanted to bring up.
Milk or eat red meat, there's a warning going out across the world right now that a product that is being given to cows that is developed by Bill Gates and meant to reduce the methane or the gas that cows create is actually killing them and entering into the food supply chain. Now, this is an FDA and
what he's talking about. What he's talking about is not stupid, but the whole
that is given to these cows. Let's go ahead and watch this, and then let's talk a little bit about it.
For about 3 weeks, I've just interviewed Hubert Van Drop in a podcast.
All right.
He on his farm here, 600 dairy cows. He's been feeding them here for about 3 weeks.
You're in my chair.
High yielding farm, 40 liters per cow. It's they're milking now, so they're actually standing up here.
What we're gonna do?
He lost about 15% in feed intake and about 2 kilos per cow. He lost a few cows before he stopped.
Empty this out.
And they were seeing this.
Unthaw the water.
And we
There's
actually
a little bit frozen in there.
have other clients
Water.
also. They're seeing some problems, and we actually see the production level on
So they're reducing the amount of milk, which will in turn increase the price. Increasing the price means that less people will be able to afford it and less carbon will be used around our world. It's also reducing the amount of methane that is being produced by the cows. And if it enters into the human supply chain, it's going to ruin people. Go there. It's a methane reducing cattle feed additive. Its chemical name is 3-nitrooxypropanol or 3-NOP, 3-NOP. It inhibits the final enzyme of rumen methanogenesis. Basically, cows have less gas. They say that it results in a 30% lower methane amount for the cows. The evidence shows that there are cows dying from this across the entire board. So they're not going to stop poisoning us, but they will make it more expensive.
Bekendt her. Jeg har fået en opfordring om lige at dele mine erfaringer med brugen af Bovær. Vi har fået det med Bovær på siden den 1. oktober, og har trappet lidt op inden den 1. Jeg har haft massive problemer.
So he says massive problems across the board. Speaking of problems, this is
Sorry,
a woman
guys.
who tries to impede the
My fingers are freezing.
a federalized immigration official. She goes up
This whole thing with the cows.
the vehicle, and she finds out real quick that crossed the line, and now they can act.
This whole thing with the cows and what he was talking about. They obviously did that on purpose. With Bill Gates involved in anything like that, he did it on purpose for depopulation purposes. Period. That is his total agenda, and he admitted it live.
I'm a patriot. I'm an American citizen. I believe that America in a utopia should have both free or very inexpensive health care. Everyone should get to own a home, and you should get the self-protection tools that you need to defend yourself. Now, this is concerning for me because every one of these operations, and I understand what's going on here, but every one of them is run like the SWAT team is coming into a very dangerous place and taking out gang or cartel leadership. So I do see a direction changing here, and we just have to kind of watch the pace of things. And Wendy's, they're closing 300 stores nationwide because even the figgy bag can't save America. America needs you. This is on the U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement web.
Let's see what
Or
else
the
we can
leverage
hit
that
here.
they're willing to use.
Just so we're clear, if a foreigner comes to your country and demands that you accept their culture as your culture, or demands that you change your beliefs, that is not
I'm
a
going to start
foreigner.
getting things
That is not an
ready
immigrant. What that is
for
an invader. That is someone that is coming over to your space to take over and invade it.
doing the soap.
So when you sit there and you look at what's happening in New York, you look at what's happening in Texas, you look at what's happening in the places where these people came
All
from,
right.
you look at Somalia, you
I
look
don't
at all
have-
of these.
I think it would be good for us to remember that. If somebody comes into your country
So
and
cold.
expects you to adapt to their culture, where they came from, their ideologies, their religious
Look
beliefs,
what I'm going to do.
and make those
I'd be like,
beliefs
get out of the way.
law inside of your country, they are not an immigrant. They're an invader. And I think that that's maybe the change that Trump was starting to push across the USA.
Yeah, so I'm putting these gloves on 'cause I don't like how my fingers feel with the
I was catching a lot of flack for this because while people
So,
here are so
the,
mad about immigration and
soap bases.
they're out here taking turns on either who's going to drive or
The
who's
soap
gonna
is
pick
actually
up
very
the
nice.
next
I really
vehicle.
love this soap.
Rock, paper, scissors says it all. Tense moment.
All right.
Donald Trump discusses
Here.
inflation.
So this is
The
my
Biden administration had the highest inflation in 48 years, but most people say every
Activated
report. Do
charcoal.
you remember that? Right? Do you remember? Did they have the highest inflation in 48 years? Did they? Just
Used
answer
in
the
soap
question.
making.
You know the answer. The answer is yes.
I mean,
They have
there's
the
no
worst
smell to it, and you
inflation
can't
in
really see it.
48 years.
But, well,
We have almost no inflation. We're down now.
can't
to
really see it, but
2%.
it's. You
And
don't
we're
want
gonna
to
make
spill that
inflation.
powder
You want to
anywhere.
always stay above 1%. Actually, you want a little tiny bit of
This-
inflation. We're at a perfect number. They were. At
I
the highest level
specifically
in recorded
bought
history.
a peppermint
The perfect number when I can get
essential
a
oil
buggy at a
for
grocery store
this.
for $150. This
So this is a really good
just
peppermint
right.
essential
Really,
oil.
tickles my wallet just right. This irresponsible, degenerate woman brought her
Okay.
children, child,
Oh, I will get you water.
whatever it might be, to follow Border Patrol and immigration enforcement
You
officials
can water
as they
Tilly.
continue their operations across Chicago. You can see that these people don't care that they're putting their children in dangerous positions because they're using them as bulletproof vests. Like, oh, look how much bad press you're going to get when you take me away from my child, or you would not dare to have the paperwork that's going to be necessary to put my kid or grandkid into these situations.
Dry my
And what
gloves
about the
off
media?
because I
When
don't
they
want my
come out,
hands
your
wet.
career is over. So how irresponsible and degenerate it is to put your
There you
children
go.
and grandkids into these positions.
Now you have
This lady should lose a lot.
water to drink. Go lay down. Mama's busy. Now,
Get out of here.
trying to figure out what cutting board to use.
All right. Guys, you're watching Full Spectrum Survival.
I don't have
I
the cutting
did
boards
also
that
use
I
your family.
did.
Don't have to. Make sure
Go.
to come back at 2 p.m. this afternoon for more breaking news and headlines from America and around the world. Please click the hype button if you see it down there. Make sure you're subscribed to our family here.
So I think that might have been all of these. I don't know.
We are continuing to see shoplifting.
Yeah, that was it. Okay. So I do want to bring up
This is big breaking news. A major warning has been issued for over 100 million Americans that they could be experiencing big changes over the next week. Also, travel alerts and
okay, here it is. This is the one on the major train derailment.
This is big breaking news. A train derailment
Okay.
has caused the water to be shut off in multiple communities, and thousands of people are now without water to their homes. We're also seeing flights.
This older cutting board because
to
this
be
one's
grounded,
not the
and
greatest.
also major flight delays and
Plus,
flight cancellations going on across the country.
I'm
These
gonna
things
need
are
a
snowballing.
couple of Ziploc bags. I'm only gonna use half
Let's get into this
of the goat's milk soap.
first. You guys can see.
All right, you
here,
guys make sure
it says
listen to this because this is
from BC Lake after fuel spills reaches 80,000 liters. Okay, so this is around 21,000 gallons.
dusty.
And this
Leave
was
that bag
jet
was up
fuel
there for a minute.
that is
That's cool.
spilling into a critical lake for the
I don't need
surrounding
dirt getting in
communities,
my
and
barn.
this lake
So
actually
okay, really? Can I get that open?
flows
There.
outward
We'll just put it over there.
to a river and flows all the way down to Vancouver. Okay, so we will get into more details of that in just a second.
Yeah, this
You can
train
see a
derailment
picture
was
of it.
pretty nasty.
There's also been groundings of flights.
This was in
you can
Kentucky,
see
I
here.
do believe.
It says UPS and FedEx ground MD-11 planes after deadly Kentucky crash. The
I'm just
UPS
gonna
and FedEx
peel
said
the
they were
plastic
grounded
off
in
of
their fleets
this.
of the McDonnell Douglas
Trying to
MD-11
keep
cargo plane
dust
with an
and
abundance
stuff
of
off of
caution
my soap.
following the deadly
So,
global aviation club crash.
and yes, it is
Kentucky.
possible, even in this house.
Also, let's check out these
That's the
flight
reason I got
delays. Right, you can see total delays today. It's accounting over 13,000. Right, total delays within, into, or out of the United States. Over 3,300. Total cancellations today, 1,105, and total cancellations within, into, or out of the United States today, 913. So globally, it's causing delays as well too, because flights are being delayed.
You guys can see this.
And then that delays other flights internationally.
Tilt this down a little, like that.
Honestly, it's turning into a giant.
You gotta glare up from the fridge. So what I have here,
it's only gonna get worse. Right? It's only gonna get worse. You can see here's some congestion that's going on at the major airports. We'll get into more of that in just a second. But let's get into
I do not have a good soap cutter. I don't have a soap cutter, period.
Michael Grenier, director for Area J of the
This is actually the knife I've used in the past.
Results have shown that water meets BC standards for drinking, wildlife, and irrigation as of Thursday. Okay.
That is halfway there.
They have shut off the water to multiple communities because 80,000 liters of jet fuel spilled into Kamloops.
Actually, I don't think I got that right still.
Columbia, okay?
Okay.
And it flows into the Thompson.
What I'm going to do...
It flows all the way to Vancouver. It says here, this is the original story, so they're saying it's safe, but they honestly always say that.
Yeah, so unfortunately, there's like a whole other chemical thing, and I gotta take my. I'm having problems with my wrist. I don't know what I did, but all right, guys. So go right down to. So step 1, cut 2 pounds of goat's milk, melt and pour soap into small pieces about 1/2 inch cubes. And I just cut it in half because, I mean, it's 2.5 pounds, but I have enough molds, so we should be good with that. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this other half, that's the half I'm using. We're going to put this other half in here. And I actually do have another goat's milk soap base that's out in the trailer. Still, that actually was not moldy. Shocking, but it wasn't. Okay, I cannot put that back in the box. I'm gonna have to find a different spot for that. Okay, so what was this? Ew, really, Scott? Gross. Okay. Dust. Blech. Blech. Get away from my stuff. All right, so we're gonna take and we're gonna cut this into smaller pieces. Cubes. And yes, my area is clean, you guys. They need to get me a soap cutter. Because first of all, this is not This is not for you, honey. Cinnamon, no. Cinnamon. Almost got this. What I do is I cut it in slices, and then I start cubing it up. And yes, this is not ideal as far as the cutting tool goes. I'll cut that up last. I don't want that to fall on the floor. So we're gonna put that right there. All right, so this is what they look like, or what that looks like when you get done with that. And we only have one more to cut, and that's the triple butter. And that's going to cover the top of the bar. Is out. Remember. Hold on. Okay, so goat's milk is what you put. Okay, that's what I thought. Basically, what you're doing is you're just cutting this up. And you melt it. And yes, I'm going to use the microwave. Right now, that's what I've got. That's what I have right now. It's not ideal, but it's what I have. And I got to use what I have, so. I do, however, have to. Oh, I don't want to take forever, so. I'm just going to cut it up into cubes. It says about a 1/2-inch cubes, but it's about like that. Might take less time. I mean, the less time that it would take doing that, no, I don't. Would be spent on cutting it, so I don't want to spend that time on cutting it. I'd rather spend it on melting it. Now this one I'll at least cut. You know, I could at least cut them in half, I guess. So I'll cut those in half. Really, there. So I'm just cutting the cubes in half. Really, Bear? Yeah, I know, honey. Ooh. Let's try to cut myself. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna angle this away. Like, I gotta take care of something real quick. Sorry, guys. I had to take care of something. I'm going to try to start this again real quick. Like I said, I'm trying to take care of something real quick that absolutely has to be done.
80 million liters, I bet, and they probably will say it's safe, right? It's probably safe, but that's what we hear almost every single story, and it's kind of unbelievable. But hopefully it's safe, right? I would be extra careful if I were you. I would be drinking, like reverse osmosis water if you have those systems, or
Figured I'd put this up so you guys can listen to this for a minute.
some type of other water that's not coming.
Yeah, I hope y'all aren't too bored. I'm trying to
This was the original story.
work on the soap here. It takes a minute to get stuff cut up. I can't pause it and come back because it's a live show. So
from the waterway out.
So I'm trying to, keep us engaged and talking about things and
spilled onto its shores. A train derailment last weekend. The province's estimate of the spill size was increased late Wednesday, prompting a request for water quality results from Michael Greenier. He said the spill is, quote, substantially larger than was, quote, originally anticipated, creating a concern for communities that draw water from the lake and downstream. He said
so hopefully
water test results.
I'm hoping that this kind of thing doesn't happen everywhere.
BC Environment.
The train derailments. Because it was starting to happen quite a bit a few years ago.
Has been received and reviewed by the Interior Authority.
You good?
Pacific Kansas City, so the derailment occurred
You good,
on
baby?
Saturday night, about 20 kilometers west of Kamloops, and involved a locomotive and 17 rail cars, 2 of which were carrying aviation
You good?
fuel. They initially said around 12,700 liters of fuel had been released, and then they further said 68,000 liters had escaped. A second rail car, right? So that brought the total up to around 80,000 liters, which is around 21,000 gallons. If you're in the United States, which I know most of you are, I am too. And it says here, it said 3 empty rail cars containing residual gasoline remain at the derailment site, with one on the slope leading to the lake and the other 2 in the water. So they're saying it's safe, but initially they also said it was only 12,000 liters, and then they said, whoops, it's actually 80,000. And who knows? Okay, so I would err in the abundance of caution in this area, and this could actually affect the reason why this is significant is because this could actually affect waterways all the way down to Vancouver potentially, and the Vancouver Harbor. So you can see here Kamloops Lake is where this derailment happened. You can actually even see the railroad tracks here on the map. So Kamloops Lake.
Sorry, guys.
Here, and then flowing out of Kamloops Lake is the Thompson River, which then flows downstream.
Like I said, I had to take care of something real quick.
To you can see what's just flowing down over here along this road, and it flows all the way into the Vancouver Harbor, Bay. So potentially there could be some contamination for Vancouver, which is actually a pretty big city in British Columbia.
Next time I'm gonna try to eat my dinner before my live.
Of the United States and Washington. Okay, so this jet fuel could potentially be leaking out into the harbor here and flowing even down into northern Washington waters. Okay,
All
so
right.
something to just be aware of.
So-
It could potentially affect wildlife. Most likely, it will be diluted on its way down the river.
I'm just gonna cut these in half
It'll still be
instead of leaving them in big
fish and
cubes.
wildlife
Hopefully, it won't take as
on
long
the
to
way
melt.
down.
To melt.
And it definitely could have, impacts in the immediate area of the harbor and bay for
Hopefully,
fish.
it's good.
They might even see it potentially because fuel tends to stay on the surface of the water. So it might just be floating on the river all the way down on top of the river the whole way down. They were trying to capture, some of the
Yeah,
fuel,
this is.
but just something
Really
to be
hope we
aware
don't
of.
see a lot of
If
these,
you're in this
a
part
lot
of the
more of
country,
these chemical
there's
spills
some
like what we did before a few years
Western
ago,
Washington,
last year, a couple.
near Vancouver.
No, this was a couple of years ago.
This could be affected from
This
that
would have
region.
been
Right, so
2022 because we were in
I don't know, it seems
Oklahoma.
like there's been a lot of stuff going on.
2022 and 2023 because I remember commenting that I hope nothing like that happened in Oklahoma because we live right
There was
near
fertilizer factory that
a
2 or 3 days ago,
railroad.
Mississippi,
So
in Yazoo City.
yeah, that would have been
That's what it's
bad.
called. And there was a fertilizer factory explosion there. And anhydrous
I do want to pull up some of Doug and
Stacy.
Stacy
Okay, so
while I'm working on this.
right, there was a
Guys, I'm
fire
sorry you keep
Mexico
bouncing back and forth.
last week, maybe 2 weeks
Wish I
ago.
could get a lot more of you guys on. I really,
barrels per day
I
capacity.
want to be able to carry on
Refined.
conversations with you guys in the chat,
Yes,
or
it's taken
you guys ask questions.
still-
Let's talk about it.
Also,
What do you guys think
the
about all
house
this
in
stuff? What do you think about the
California last month?
train
was
derailments, the chemical
between,
spills?
see if 3
Do you
to
think
4
it's on
100,000
purpose?
per day, and is one of the main refineries
Uh,
for Southern California, Los Angeles, and LAX airport. Los Angeles International
I'm pulling
Airport,
these
and the
up
jet
because
fuel
this
that
is
goes into the airport.
these are
Some of the main refineries
the
there, so
videos that that
just mean
I
increased
keep track
prices in that
of
part of the country.
for things going on. I
Flights
don't
to
go through
those
mainstream media.
airports. That is part of the reason why.
Mainstream media
And
cannot be trusted.
Okay, all those things happened in the past month.
Now, Brad with
It's kind of been a lot, right? There was
Full
also
Spectrum
this
Survival,
thing
like
that really
that's
swept under the rug.
one of the most
And
trusted
U.S. military
channels on YouTube as far as a prepper channel and a prepper news channel. You can absolutely trust everything he talks about because he pulls it right up. And that's why I pull up his videos on my lives for us to talk about things because
this happens.
I know I can trust where he's getting his information.
U.S. bomb making facility for the U.S. military completely exploded, destroyed.
Yeah, this one I have to cut
twice.
So
I don't know what's going on, but there's been a lot of just crazy stuff. I know this is a derailment.
Yeah, my back is probably going to be killing me. Just so you know,
lucky that this didn't explode.
already
This jet fuel, that there wasn't some type of spark. Or
I wanted to get these made.
this
I was
jet
thinking
fuel,
about waiting
right? 'Cause that
until
would've been
morning, but
a whole nother issue that they would be dealing with down there. All right, so multiple communities are being affected. I'm reading, it's probably under 5,000 people are being affected by this and having their water shut off.
we'll probably have to
But
take
that's
these
just
in the
like
living
the
room
area.
to let them
It could
set
be
overnight, so I don't have to worry
a
about
lot more
cats.
people if you put into
No, we don't have a
like
ton of
this
cats. It's just in the dining room we
Thompson
have.
River that flows
There's
all the way
cream
down
and
to Vancouver. All right, so definitely something
Boots
to
is
be
in the
aware of.
bedroom at night.
And drink alternative water sources.
Make sure you guys get water. Like
Not available, right?
I figured out that
There's
our
just
family would need
flight cancellations
a lot.
too.
Like we would
You
need a
can
lot.
see here, this is the major congestion going on right now at different airports across the country. Right, so this is NYC, and you can see it's more red than green.
I mean, if you figure,
And
you got to
there's
figure about 5 gallons a
ton
day
cancellations there.
to cover
And
pretty
more
much
flights
everything
are delayed than on
per
time
person.
at NYC. So kind of crazy to see.
And for us,
It looks around
if we include just 5,
55%, maybe 60,
and that includes
close to
me, Scott, Aaron,
60%
Chloe,
and
and Zach.
45 to 40% of the flights are actually
That's
on time going in and out of NYC.
25 gallons
See
a
the
week.
red ones.
No, 25
Are
gallons a
most
day.
delayed, out
That
west,
is
right. See here, Boston looks around 75% of the flights are on time. DC looks to be about a third, maybe 30%.
4 days is 100.
Flights are delayed.
175 gallons a week.
You can see here Carolina. I don't know what's going on here, but it's showing almost third on time.
That's a lot.
Looks about there. I don't know what's going on. Atlanta, maybe a 20% delay.
Okay, I'm gonna take it off.
And we're seeing this across the country. Right.
He's
So
talking about flight delays, that kind of thing. We're gonna go back and see if we can catch Doug and Stacy.
MOREZ is his last name. It's a cheap book. You can get it on the internet, and it's a very inexpensive way to start. So maybe look into that. And then also just doing things that are good, like drinking our dandelion tea.
Yeah, dandelion tea.
I will be getting some of their dandelion tea. I like pulling up Doug and Stacy because they have a lot of really good information, and it's so important to get that information out there for you guys.
Eating good whole foods, just putting good things into your body, but those are just huge. And another thing that's good is you might want to also look into milk thistle. There's a lot of milk thistle teas, things that have milk thistle in them.
We don't have milk.
No. But there's a tea called you can go to tmhw.net, and through the Detox, he has a detoxify. It's a tea that's it's a gentle detoxifier. So something
I was trying to pull theirs up on my phone so I can comment.
Jeffrey, nobody gets to me. I'm like stealing.
Okay.
But I like pointing it out.
But yeah, these guys just have a lot of really good
information.
And
eat too much. The 3 meals a day with the high carbs and all the seed oils and everything was a big fat lie.
I'm trying to really get away from eating bad like that.
Hungry, but a lot of times people within a couple hours they're hungry because they're thirsty. Most people are dehydrated, chronically dehydrated.
And that's true. That is very true.
Meal, like if you had just pancakes with a bunch of syrup on them, you're gonna get hungry.
And you're
very quick. Yes, definitely. So because you're just kind of feeding your hormones. So basically you need to eat, have a fat with your meal, have some protein, and then that way
my soup was good.
But it's really important that, if you can do maybe look into some intermittent fasting, maybe your last meal is 6, maybe let's go until 9 o'clock the next day, or 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock the next day. It's not something you have to do all the time, but you can work on doing some intermittent fasting a couple days a week.
Getting my cubes cut.
Maybe one day you're just going to do a liquid fast where you're just doing soups, things that you don't have to chew up, that are already kind of, if you want to say, in a digested mode. Just do like a lot of soups, or you could do drinks.
That's a good idea.
Do some salt water. Like a pinch of salt every time you drink some water, and you can do that. Some people
Redmond's real salt.
Soups, like I say, soups or bone broth to do for the day. There's lots of ways of getting around it.
See, I want to get a pressure canner, a good one. My pressure canner I bought that was brand new before we moved got stolen.
Other things, there's lots of things you can do, that help cleanse the colon. I mean, there's so much. Most of us are backed up, and if you're not pooping, you can even through that tmhw.net, they have the Detox, Dr. Detox.
Trying to do this a little quicker.
Everyday tea. But then there's also supplementation that you can take, pill, and that'll really.
Look, a lot of y'all are pooping because you're chronically dehydrated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So get your water in check. Make sure you're drinking your water.
He's
The Relight
right.
from Redmond does not have maltodextrin in it.
So what you need, you make sure it doesn't have maltodextrin, but read your labels because a lot of places do.
Yeah.
And then if you're concerned with anything, Colin,
Yep.
and for like us, like they have unflavored.
Okay, this is gonna take a minute to
things that you're buying.
melt.
You're not sure about certain flavors and things. Just get the
Because
so they have unflavored.
And the unflavored.
you
and
have
for the kids,
to
it's
melt it
organic
at
and everything.
30-second
If you want to fight
intervals.
mice on your chickens, Tony, give them a little DE bath. Put some DE out there, or maybe some sand.
Like
You can get some sand and mix some DE in there. 'cause they're
I
not-
do have
they're
some
not being able to
diatomaceous
wash off their
earth.
feathers good enough. So maybe they're confined too much, or maybe you're just running with some straw or something. You want to be able to get that dust bath. That's what they really like, or some nice dirt.
So if you have like a kitty litter container or
Yeah.
something like that, you can put it in there so they can go inside and
Yeah.
hang out. And then let me finish talking about the Relight. So
If you do it fast.
yeah, so on the Relight, just like I say, do the unflavored. I like the unflavored. So
I'm having to cut this one a little bit more because this one was a bit thicker.
you don't have to worry about anything. But one that I do like, if you like the flavored, all the children's, like you were saying, Relight are all organic.
Right.
They're
And if
all
you do
organic.
buy the flavor,
I would
it's
love to get
natural
some of what
flavors
they're talking
like
about.
real.
It's
And
from
you just go there and
Redmond's.
just crush them up and they put them in there. It's not like natural flavors like on other labels.
And
where
they
it's
have
like,
this
okay.
Relight
Doug and Stacy,
hydration stuff,
oh, we're right around the corner.
like
y'all.
Drink mix stuff,
We're
and
not
it's
far, just
really
right around-
healthy.
I got my mom's is over there still. So we didn't go that far. We just, we just got a few improvements going on. And plus, I like somebody to go in there now and learn how to live this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of important to me too.
Wish
All
they
right,
were in
do not
Michigan
touch
because
sugar,
that would be
right?
so
White
cool to be
bleach,
able to go
nasty
and
sugar, all
learn from
all the
them.
white devils for a reason, y'all. Come on now.
White devils,
How to
white
start
white
detoxing
sugar,
from the
white
world.
flour,
You
white
gotta live off grid,
salt.
y'all. And another reason why we live off grid is because we're getting ahead of what's coming. If you can't see what's going on, everything is geared now for online, for surveillance, for AI, for data centers, for your techno tyranny. Okay, so the freer you are from the system, the matrix, the better off you'll be. No one can control your food. No one can control where you spend your money.
And that's
You can
our
barter.
goal. That is
We're
our
getting ready to
goal.
barter some stuff right now with some people. That's what we do, and we help people, and they help us. That's the kind of community and stuff you guys got to get back to. We're so far removed from that in America right now. Okay.
Yeah,
Like I said, that's our goal.
Yeah, we moved our outdoor kitchen. We're gonna have an outdoor kitchen at the new place as well. Everything is gonna be kind of like the same.
But we are just
a few improvements.
smarter and wiser.
Yeah.
And fix some things. You know,
But that place is awesome. Like that place is 100%.
yes, I had some tears the other day.
Yeah, it's
You know,
very solid, man. Very solid. Awesome place. Oatmeal is terrible. We don't need oatmeal. Oatmeal flour. We don't. They try to make milk out of everything, almond milk and this milk.
well,
and
the
that
problem with oats is they really are loaded.
Like
Even if it's
saying.
organic, because when they want to dry it out at the end, they put it on there. So
Denise, it makes a lot of sense. Trust me.
when we're moving our stuff, I have 5-gallon buckets because we ate tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of oatmeal or oats. I would use them for things. And
We don't have any microwaves higher for 5 hours. We can't even hardly get a cell signal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's exciting that we have a new
So,
journey. At the same time,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
we
put
have a
this
lot
in
of
here.
blood, sweat, and tears at that home.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You mean to scare you, Bear.
We have a whole lot of it. We learned a lot of stuff there. 15 years living off grid, right?
That is something I'm trying to
And now
melt.
we're
It's
going,
my
we know a few more
chocolate
things, and we're
that was
a few
left in a
improvements,
bowl
and,
that
we're
got
going into
completely
phase 2,
forgotten
y'all,
about.
T64,
Okay, so you melt that.
and I'm 58.
30-second intervals.
There. We just want to be able to
Push my
move
back.
into our
I said my back
older
was
years,
here.
and then the
Oh,
grandkids
that's
come.
right.
We want a place for them to hang out. Just stuff like that.
hey, you can store your structured water in the refrigerator. Yeah.
Congratulations on your 100,000 or your 1,000 subscribers. It's a lot to get these subscribers, y'all. Dang it.
It is. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It actually is a lot.
YouTube
Oh
keeps
my
you on
gosh,
that
my back.
wheel. Yes, we have a nice place, and then next place is even nicer. All right. So don't forget.
Yeah, my back is
The
really.
HOA, you don't want an HOA. If you guys are out looking for property and you want to, find a place you can do your thing, no HOA, no, go to the county, right? Make sure they don't have any building permits, right? That's one of the reasons why I like our county, because they were like, we don't have none of that nonsense here. And I was like, yes. And so that's why we built there. They don't tell you what to do and everything. We don't have a fish pond at this place, but we do have running water all around us, natural springs.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, my back hurts, you guys.
Artesian well. Yeah, we're just right across the way. We're staying in Missouri, right around from the other one. I can't even believe we found this place. And this isn't the place. This is our study. We wanted to do a live show.
I'm gonna use this.
Got the internet filled up.
Oh, my back, dude.
All right.
Well, I have something I'm trying to talk about.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna leave that for a minute because I also have to cut the triple butter.
Like people always make excuses about doing stuff. Like for me, because I've always been into like health and fitness, and even talk about people who are wanting to like leave their job, or people who want to move somewhere or whatever, and they just don't do it. They put their feet in their. Well, I mean, it's kind of. So here's the thing. When you look at like people, for any of you guys, I'm just gonna say, your health is very important, and if you're not healthy, you can't enjoy anything. And the big thing is movement. Majority of people don't like to exercise, but movement is very, very important. But then we've gotten to this stage, and I was in it before. I mean, I was into fitness like my whole life, and you'd have to have the outfit to go to the gym, and you have to change your clothes from the clothes that you're wearing to go work out.
Now we take showers like once every 2 weeks.
So the thing is like, I want you to think about like when you're doing stuff, you need to be wearing clothes that you're able to move in and be able to do things with. Like throughout the day, if you want to get in your chair and do like a couple of get ups and downs, like a squat and sit in the chair, get up and down, or if you want to stretch a little bit, or use the bar on your countertop to stretch a little bit, or just to kind of move. Think about a lot of the clothes that you're wearing, as well as, we talk about being barefoot. Most people have feet problems because their feet are stuck in like this foot coffin for their whole life, and then your foot is formed in the position and the shape of the shoe that you're wearing.
That messes up your hip.
So your toes are meant to be slayed. And then when you wear shoes day in and day out, day in and day out, all the time, your muscles underneath.
Yeah, that's probably part of my problem.
Your fascia gets skunked up. They get weak. All around gets weak. Your toes get messed up. You have lots of malformities in your toes. You have all these feet issues. You can't walk. Your feet hurt. You have Achilles tendon problems. Then it turns to plantar fasciitis. Your calves hurt. Blah 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 blah. Your feet are flat. All this has to do with muscle. Your muscles. So, I mean, it's just very, very important. Like for the big thing, people always want this quick fix on where do I need to go? What exercises do I need to do? What do I need to do? Well, just do it. Maybe take your shoes off in your house and start walking around barefooted, maybe lifting up, reaching up for your cabin.
I would freeze.
Sitting down, pointing and flexing your toes.
Right now, I would freeze. Of course. This phone's got to get plugged in.
Do these things and activate your feet again, because you know what? If your feet are not working, that messes up the whole structure of your entire
foundation.
body. The whole body gets whacked out. So, and I was listening to stuff today. And
oh, my back is killing me.
So
it
true.
Really is.
You go to the gym and have these cute and bodybuilders, and the crazy thing is, I was a bodybuilder.
I'll have to get me another bag.
And you're in the gym with all these guys, and all these guys have strong biceps.
One of the reasons I stopped melting it is because you don't want to let it sit after you melted it,
because their feet are weak. So if you're doing things, try, and if your feet are weak, maybe just walk around a little bit. And if your feet get tired, your muscles are weak. And if you just start doing things, start in your house, going around barefoot. And then not with
yeah, you don't want to let it sit after you've melted it, because
bones, ligaments,
it'll start.
So, I'm just saying, start wearing loose.
Get some Birkenstock.
Getting the skin and stuff on top of it. You don't want that.
100% cotton, organic cotton. I'm linen.
Yeah, try not to wear socks. And if you do, make sure they're not tied on your ankle. I was always thinking to myself, I came to this conclusion myself, y'all. First off, I was losing a lot of hair on my legs at the bottom. I know it's a key in line. But I was like, I know it's these. I said, I know it's these socks. And then I quit wearing socks. And then I'll be doggone if my hair didn't start growing back. And if you ever notice, people always have those indentations where the socks are squeezing on their ankles, y'all. They call your calf muscle your second heart. You got that? And so that squeeze is choking you out over time. So when I stopped wearing socks and that stuff, or any kind of stuff like that, elastic stuff,
I could not do that.
My health improved in that manner, and I can just tell you what happened with me. So I already came to that conclusion about socks and shoes for real. And I've been wearing the
This is the triple butter.
They feel great.
And he's got Birkenstocks too.
Yeah, Birkenstocks in the winter with some wool socks or some alpaca socks. All right, y'all.
Butter
So
soap
give you
base.
this information about the HOA. Okay, they're banning chickens. They have more rights than your state does. And that's very scary. They can boss you around. I talked about some people that were even put in jail because they missed one little court date or some kind of thing after there was some confusion there. I've seen other stories on YouTube and stuff where they zero in on you, these HOA busybodies, and they start nitpicking every little thing at your place.
We're gonna do it half and half.
Place where have you?
Because I have enough to make 24 bars.
So that's the kind of stuff you want to stay away from. So I just found that chicken story was very interesting. That our state actually passed a law saying that you can have chickens, and the HOA got that overruled. And now they have more power than even the law in your own state. Man, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
So another, hurdle in your run to, she's having a cup of chocolate tea now. Wait till you see this new one with the orange and the cinnamon. You're gonna love it. There's a link right there if you guys want to get some stuff. There's a lot of commercials are on right now because it's rolling into the Christmas season, so they rarely pump out the commercials, y'all. It's just how it is with YouTube. This is our big money-making time where they charge all these people for advertising extra, read all about it. And then they cram all the commercials in on all the videos.
We're going to go ahead and cut this.
Okay. No, I was just going to say, for a lot of guys, we're talking about, feet health and all that. Get shoes that are like a size too big. Make sure you're getting a wide toe box. There's so many shoe companies now that have a wide toe box, so your toes can splay. I buy men's like wool socks that are really big and baggy. So if your feet are cold in your house, maybe freezing cold and you don't want to go barefoot all the time, you can do that. You can also get socks that have little toe separators in them. You can buy those. You can find those online. They're like the toe socks, but then your toes are out. And actually, they're very comfortable too. You can wear those, or you can get toe separators and put on big socks so your feet are splayed because they're used to being like this in shoes. And then that way, your feet,
it's a good idea.
Muscles will start working. You can do that by your bigger shoes. But I'm just telling you, your feet health are so important. So important.
All right, y'all. That's all we got for you tonight. Make sure you visit.
Wear looser clothes. Don't work out anymore.
That check out our events tab.
They must have come on around a little after 7, around 7:30.
On Wednesday nights live where we talk about all kinds of things.
Oh, I did get back on their university.
I can't really share on YouTube. And it was Kathy O'Brien giving up her whole story. I have the collaborating Princeton Chronicle video on there where you can watch about them and then kind of connect the dots a little bit and just understand we're in some deep doo-doo. And the problem is that even no matter how much I talk about it, there's not much going to get done about it. Okay, so we all just have to
he's got a point right there.
And do our thing, build community.
Take care of yourself. Right. Healthy.
Barter. Get to know people around you that are the same kind of mindset. Come to these conferences and learn like that. Learn people and get to know them so you can talk to them and stuff. That's the way moving forward. Okay? And try to keep your kids out of public school. And just got to do the best. I
agree there for sure.
Well, can I say one more thing?
It's clicking off now.
Okay, just real quick. I know a lot of people have issues with their body. Maybe they're fat, or they're sitting a lot. Just some basics sitting. If you're in a job where you're sitting a lot, even if you're driving or sitting in an office, just doing some basic stretches are so important. So just honestly, if you're sitting down in a chair. And I'm just trying to I'm just want to teach because there's so much that people are like, my back hurts all the time. And then you just have tension and you try to do this and it doesn't help. But just imagine if you just like would fall forward and then you come all the way up and you
And
stretch.
you roll that back up.
And you're gonna fall all the way forward. And then do it like 5 or 6 times. You breathe in as you lift up.
Yeah, this one I'm gonna have to cut extra.
Those things are so nourishing for the spine. It kind of gives it like this, you know, pick me up.
HOA stands for Homeowners Association, and all the busybodies in your neighborhood want to be in on it, be the boss, so they can have power over you. Okay, that's all they're meant for. Okay. All right, you guys. We'll see you guys on the next video. We want to try to keep these live shows short, and I'm going to be posting videos soon. This week's going to be a little busy because we're catching up on the pearl powder. Don't forget, if you ordered it, it will be in your.
I am going to order
or you will
that.
get a tracking number by the end of this week. And if you order any in the future now, we're going to have one day. We should be able to ship out the next day. Okay, unless you guys overwhelm us again. I got another basket ready to be on the way, and we'll be able to keep up with you guys left and right. Because once you get this stuff, the orange cinnamon chocolate tea are going to come out as soon as the labels are done. But once you get the pearl powder, you're going to want to order it over and over and over again because it has so many benefits. And we'll have the 100-page booklet emailed out to you soon to everyone who's already bought it. And when you buy it in the future, you'll get it automatic into your email box. All right, you're going to love it. All right, you guys, as always, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up. Thanks for watching the replay. Thanks for.
I don't think I'm going to continue.
Thanks for all your love and support, and we'll see you.
Trying to do this.
You guys have a great evening or morning, wherever you are. Bye.
All right, you guys.
Trying to continue this, and I mean, this is going to end up being more than half of the live, and I don't want to do that. And it's already over an hour and 31 minutes. Okay. Hi, Shaylin. Thank you for joining. I have not made a pain salve yet. I do have several recipes on Pinterest. Cayenne pepper is a very good something that's used in different pain salve recipes. I will be sharing those. What is your pain from, and where is it located? Okay. Yeah, if I continue doing this on the live, I'm going to be doing it all night. And we don't want to make it that long. We just don't. So I'm going to look up. Search. Wait, not for ideas. Give me my pins. Come on. Just there. Pain relief. Salves. Let's see. Okay, that is actually a good one. You know what, I'll go ahead and do this one on here because this goes exactly with what I was saying. Okay. Warming cayenne ginger salve for your aching back. And I have the cayenne pepper. I just don't have. We'll see what it calls for. If it calls for fresh ginger, I don't have it right now. Okay. This warming herbal salve is made with cayenne pepper and ginger. Got all these stupid ads coming up. Come on, get off from here. It's gonna drive me nuts. These ads. Stretches are good. They do help relieve aching muscles and even sciatica. However, with sciatica, keep hitting the wrong button. You have to do a certain type of stretches for that specific area at least 2 or 3 times a day. Walking is also, whoops. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, guys. Wait, what? Walking is also good for that. As that is what my daughter did. That has helped hers a lot. Okay, so pain salve. This herbal warming salve is made with cayenne pepper and ginger. Cayenne pepper salve is easy to make and it's beneficial for topical applications. You could tweak the recipe somewhat for the herbs you have on hand, adding St. John's wort, calendula, lavender, and others depending on your specific needs, herbal preferences, or to remove potential allergens. This person had problem with back pain. It is a lot better if you grow your own herbs. So when your back is sore, your muscles are overworked, or your joints are a little stiff, warm them up with this quick-to-make herbal salve. I might actually try this. Cayenne pepper salve is warming and pain relieving because I'm having problems with my back right now. I like to add ginger for an increase in warmth. Ginger is anti-inflammatory and pain relieving. Plus, if you make like with me, I'll make the apple cider vinegar drink and I'll add ginger to it. And that also is a great way to help with inflammation. St. John's wort oil helps with shooting pains, stiffness, making normal movement easier. Salve making is one of the basic skills of homegrown healing. Moms and grandmas have been making salves in the kitchen from herbs gathered in the wild or from the garden for hundreds of years. You can make an herbal salve in 30 minutes in your own kitchen while you are doing other things. I use St. John's wort oil in this salve. See here, okay. While you can purchase ready-to-made St. John's wort oil, I highly recommend that you make your own from flowers growing them close to home. I had those seeds. Unfortunately, they're in Oklahoma. So I'm going to have to get some more of those, and I will add that to our medicinal garden. Your oil will be more potent when made from herbs that are thriving under the same stressors that you yourself are living under. St. John's wort is an anti-inflammatory. Okay, I'm going to try to show you this. I don't know if it'll work. Yeah. Barely, because it always reflects really bad at night. It's an anti-inflammatory, pain relieving, and helps with mild to moderate nerve pain and shooting pains of all kinds. Cayenne pepper is warming and pain relieving. It increases blood flow. I love ginger too. And periphery circulation. There is a substance in cayenne pepper that blocks the pain receptors in your brain and relieves pain temporarily. It helps with all kinds of pain from arthritis to muscle aches, menstrual cramps, and nerve pain. I actually didn't know cayenne pepper helped with menstrual cramps. That is a really good thing to know. Ginger is anti-inflammatory, pain relieving, and it increases warmth and blood flow to the area where it's applied. Rosemary essential oil is anti-inflammatory, analgesic, and antispasmodic. I actually think I read that before. I have rosemary. I'm going to try to make some. I don't know if I have enough, though, because I only had one plant. Peppermint essential oil is cooling and pain relieving, and I have my own on that one. Let's make the salve. Okay. You'll need 1 glass measuring cup, saucepan to create a double boiler. I do have a double boiler. Canning jar ring, measuring spoons, popsicle stick to stir the mixture, reusable cloth tea bag. I don't have those. I did have, you know what? Those are down in Oklahoma too, because I bought them down there. 2 2-ounce tins or 1 4-ounce jar. Probably be better, like for me when I make it, because I will make this. 2 tablespoons of shea butter. That would be easy to get. See, I have beeswax. I need my essential oils. Okay, here we go. 4 tablespoons of St. John's wort infused oil. 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper powder. Now, if you can grow your own cayenne pepper, and you can, I had some plants growing, and unfortunately, they never got into the garden. So I missed out on several of my tomatoes and my peppers because I couldn't get them into the garden. 1 tablespoon of ginger powder. I interrupted myself, sorry. But the cayenne pepper, you grow your own. You can, once ripe, you pick those peppers and you dehydrate them till they're dry, like completely dry, and then you grind them down. Now, me, I would take the seeds out because dry and reuse the seeds. And then your supply is never ending. And then you dehydrate them. And when they're completely dehydrated, you take and grind them down. And there's your ground cayenne pepper. And you have full potency of it because you grew those yourself. Ginger powder, and I am going to be trying to grow ginger in our greenhouse once we get it. That's a whole other different thing. 2 tablespoons of beeswax. I do have that. 20 drops of rosemary essential oil and 20 drops of peppermint essential oil. The only thing I don't have is the shea butter and the rosemary essential oil. So I think I'm going to work on getting that. All right. Number 1, place St. John's wort, the St. John's wort infused oil too, in the glass measuring cup. Spoon the cayenne and ginger powders into the cloth tea bag. Oh, and I don't have the tea bags. Tie the top of the tea bag using a half hitch. I think I know what that is. Place the tea bag with spices into the St. John's wort oil in the glass measuring cup. Create a double boiler using the saucepan and canning jar lid. Place the glass measuring cup in the saucepan and simmer on medium heat for 30 minutes. Occasionally, turn the tea bag over and press with the back of the spoon while the oil is warming to ensure that the spice powders are moistened with the oil. After 30 minutes, remove the glass cup from the saucepan and allow the oil to cool to room temperature. Remove the tea bag and press in a potato ricer. Hold over the cup to remove the last drops of infused oil from the bag. 4. Reserve the oil in the glass cup. Discard the pressed herbs. You can compost those. Empty the clean bag for another use. Empty and clean the bag, sorry. Empty and clean the bag for another use. All right. 5. Place the glass cup back on the double boiler. Add the shea butter and beeswax. Simmer over medium heat until the beeswax and shea butter is melted. 6. Remove from the heat. Stir in the essential oils. 7. Pour into containers. Allow to cool completely before putting the lid on the containers to prevent condensation from getting on the lid. And that's it. And I'm definitely going to try that because that is a really good... I like that recipe, actually. And I have most of what I need. I would have to send for the St. John's wort oil. I'm just screenshotting it, so I have it on my phone. Shaylin, I hope that helped. I will get what I need for this, and I will do a video making it. I'm not alive. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off the live. I'm gonna make sure that it's getting up there, and I'm gonna do another video, actual video, of me making the soap, and then upload that tomorrow. All right, to use this salve, it can be massaged into the joints and muscles to provide warmth and pain relief from mild to moderate pain. Wash your hands after using this salve so you don't inadvertently get it in your eyes or mucous membranes. That would hurt because the cayenne pepper. Avoid using on sensitive parts. If you are allergic or are sensitive to any of the ingredients in the salve, they can be left out. Okay, so there we go. So there you go. Oh, I will definitely be getting the ingredients for this. I screenshotted that entire thing because I definitely want to make that because I have a lot of problems with my back and my shoulders, and I'm having problems with my wrist, and I think it's because it worked from slinging 24 packs of beer into the coolers. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying that for sure. And this next year, I'm definitely going to be growing our cayenne pepper, hopefully our ginger, hopefully turmeric, and definitely the St. John's wort, because I'm going to add that to our medicinal garden. So one of these times, if I can ever get it done, I'm going to go in and do a video and let you guys know what we're going to be growing. I still have to get a bunch of seeds. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off from here because we're already at 1 hour and 48 minutes. Do you have any other questions? I know I've kind of bounced back and forth here on several different things. I mean, I do have to make this tonight regardless, but I'm going to do a video making this and get that up there. I have one where I was making it and I can like pause in between so I can get, so it's not so much dead space and doing the monotonous things like cutting it up and that kind of thing. And I don't want that to be the whole video and be like over 2 hours because that's just That's just stupid in my part. Anyway, yeah, I have a lot of different recipes like that on my Pinterest board. On my homesteading board on Pinterest. Under my homestead herbal medicines. Ugh. Homestead herbal medicines section under my homesteading board. Oh, yeah. I'm really tired right now. I shouldn't be. Oh, I was taking that walk because it was cold. Anyway. But yeah, I don't want to drag it up too long. If you would like. Okay, well, you have a wonderful night too. I'm gonna be hitting up on a whole lot of these different things starting this week. I've got to drag my butt out of bed and just start really working on this stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off from here, and I'm gonna, like I said, do a video on my soap, and I have to get that done because I started it already. But I will see you guys in the next video. Again, if you have any questions about anything that's going on during the week, if you hear of anything, leave a comment, let me know on one of my videos, and if I'm not sure about it, I'll find out. I will find out and I will cover it on the next live, which should be Sunday or Monday. Don't know when my next day off is on that, but I will definitely let everyone know, and I will see you guys on the next video, which is going to be making the soap. And have a great night, you guys. Do your preps. Do your chores. Spend time with family. Have some fun. Get that research done. Always check those subscriptions. Make sure you're still subscribed. Click on that notification bell. Click on all. Make sure you get all those notifications and do that research. Like and share the videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Have a great night, everyone.